Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् समचरणसरोजं सान्द्रनीलाम्बुदाभं जघननिहितपाणिं मण्डनानां तरुणतुलसीमाला कन्धरं कञ्जनेत्रं सधयधवलहासं विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि. The Ovis, is it 351 I start from?
271.
271, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Let me just get that OV right.
No problem.
Yeah, so
Just for the linking, you can start 270, which we read yesterday, and then continue.
is it when the Jiva thinks about objects?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. OV 270. When the Jiva thinks about objects with a pull towards them, the Jiva becomes controlled by the mind, and that mind makes the Jiva very poor, weak, without any knowledge, and completely stupid and stolid. 271. Such ignorant jivas have become well learned and have self knowledge only by your grace and kind glance. This grace of yours is the completeness of grace itself. 272. O Lord, when your blessing is fully received, jiva by your strength goes beyond Maya and attains the final goal. 273. You may say, I have neither ignorance nor knowledge, but it's a history that you have been the real teacher. 274. Brahman, the sun, Sanat Kumar, Narada, Prahlad, Ambarisha are advised by you only. 275. You may say that there are many men of knowledge and one may go to them and learn from them, but except you, they cannot destroy Maya at all. 276. To know the beginning of Maya, to prevent actions of Maya, and to know how to dissolve that Maya, you are the only able person. Therefore, O Shripati, be kind. 277. Thus Uddhava prayed to Sri Krishna and appealed for giving him that knowledge about going beyond Maya. Now, Sri Krishna will show him in detail how Prakriti and Purusha are separate. 278. As mirage is caused by sun, clouds rise and appear in the sky. And as the glass creates a delusion of water, so from the Purusha, Prakriti appears as a false vision. 279. While thus explaining the nature of Purusha and Prakriti, the Lord Sri Krishna said, O Uddhava, please listen further with attention.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Prakriti Purushashcheti Vikalpah Purusharshabha Esha Vaikarika Sargaha Gunavyatikaratmakaha.
Meaning of the verse. The Lord said, O the great among men, the difference between the Purusha and Prakriti is due to the difference between gunas, and thus it belongs to the field of vikaras, modifications in the Brahman. 280. The Lord said, O Uddhava, Purusha and Prakriti are always different from each other, just like the day and night. 281. When the day ends, then the dark night comes, with all the stars and planets, with all the eagerness. 282. Similarly, when awareness of Purusha ceases, the Prakriti with Sattva, etc., gunas, and knowledge and ignorance becomes effective. 283. The shape of the body is the main stronghold of Prakriti. It is its fort. Ego of the body is the officer in charge of the fort. 284. It is this ego which is the favorite friend of Prakriti, which has great trust in it. It is the wholly responsible officer who will fight for protecting the fort. 285. That ego has given protection to the Prakriti, and collecting all the ammunition of Vikaras, it has taken possession of the body, which is the fort. 286. O Uddhava, the hero among men, listen. Ego becomes very powerful in the fort of the body because of the devotion of Prakriti. 287. In this fort, the three gunas, that is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, and the disturbances, that is desire, anger, jealousy, greed, etc., is the ammunitions, the weapons. It will belong to Prakriti, but being infused in the body, it appears to be belonging to the body alone. 288. In the clouds, various shapes appear, as if they are towns, roads, buildings, or animals. Similarly, Prakriti alone takes various illusory shapes, and they appear to be true. 289. There appears a river of water in the mirage. Similarly, various forms of trees, animals, humors, mountains, etc. appear because of Prakriti. 290. Thus, the body is the fort of the Prakriti, which is very fierce. I shall tell you what kind of material is brought in this fort by the ego or the pride.
Amangamaya gunamayyanekadha vikalpabuddhisya gunairvidhatte vaikarikastrividhodhyatmamekam athadhidaivam adhibhutamanyat.
Meaning of the verse: O loved one, my Maya or enchanting power, as it consists of three gunas, creates by those very gunas differences as well as the manifold notional differences. This changeable variety of universe is threefold. The one variation is Adhyatma, the second is Adhidaiva, and the third is Adhibhuta. 291. My Maya, by its own power, has become threefold because of three gunas, but ego has put all these three gunas under its control. 292. There is the ditch of these three gunas around the above said fort, and arranging the trinity of three factors, that is the doer of action, the mode of doing, and the action itself, that ego commences a severe attack. 293. This trinity is the real defense of that fort. I shall tell you the inner structure of this trinity. 294. O the intelligent Uddhava, in this fort of the body there are three paths. Two of the paths are not straight, and the third is the right path, straight and proper. I shall tell you about all the three paths. Please listen. 295. There is army stationed at 10 strategic places, and the warrior himself is observer at these places. 296. The paths are strongly defended from all the four sides, and there are three fierce brave guards on each road. Then why should a real man of wisdom go there taking all the trouble? So let us keep that question aside for the time being. 297. The ammunition in this body or the fort is very highly effective. Please listen to its quality. Thus speaking, the Lord Shri Krishna began to tell about that weaponry. 298. This fort is strengthened by three factors, that is the work to be done, the cause of the action, and the action itself, and also by the work, the action, and the worker or the actor, as also the thinker, the thinking, and the object of thinking. 299. In that fort, the pride or the sense of ego about the object of enjoyment, the enjoying, and the enjoyer, the action, the actor, and the acting, etc., is very powerful. 300. It is looking through a hidden door, opens the window of passion and anger, and suddenly attacks. All persons are then afraid, and they tremble before the force of desire, the passion, and the anger. 301. Fear of these causes great seekers doing penance to run away from them. Even monks who have renounced everything and are having no other possessions except their loincloth are also afraid of anger and sexual and other desires. 302. The greed is the array of guns which start firing at random, and there is darkness prevailing everywhere. Illusion causes mist in all directions, and eyesight is useless. 303. There are 9 openings in this fort, through which the shooting of mental projection towards objects of senses is continuously done. 304. Mind is the prime mover of the ego, which provokes undaunted that ego to take complete control of the body. 305. When objects which become enemies of the Atman through attraction attack the body, the 10th door between the eyebrows is shut tightly. 306. Thus, the mind protects the fort of the body, and for that purpose it builds military posts that are its strongholds. 307. This mind, hand in hand with the desire, it thrusts itself through the forces of enemies and kills the warriors on the front, like Viveka, etc. Then others are not at all able to fight. 308. Thus, the force of this mind is very great and cannot be prevented. It has harassed people with the 3 kinds of calamities. What are these? Please hear from me. 309. The troubles which are caused by heavenly deities are called Adidhaivik. The trouble which is caused by the activities of our own mind is called Adhyatmik. And the trouble caused to us by the 5 great elements, that is earth, water, etc., is called Adhibhutik, or physical objects causing this trouble. 310. The great 5 elements cause the consciousness to be built up. Rajas causes sense organs to be active, and tamas causes the qualities of the other objects. 311. Many other maladies are caused from these 3 gunas. All this within the structure of Prakriti. All this is the weaponry in this fort, the body. This Prakriti has created and developed the worldly life without limit. 312. By the wish, lot of water is accumulated, and by desires also, quite a large body of water is collected in this body. People in this fort drink the same water and enjoy the false happiness in the body, or suffer instead. 313. I shall now tell you the 3 factors ruling the 9 doors of this body: Adhyatma, Adhidaiva, as well as Adhibhuta. 314. What gadget is fitted in each door? Who works it? What is its structure? And what are the objects, etc., is now being told by me.
Drugrupamarkam vapuratra randhe parasparam siddhyati yasvatah khe atma yadesham paro yadyah swayanubhutya akhila siddha siddhi.
Meaning of the verse. The sense of sight falls under the category of Adhyatma. Color, shape is the Adhibhuta, and sun is its Adhidaiva. Every one of these depends on the existence of the 2. 315. Eye is an organ which is like a gun. It shoots the gods with the beautiful shape of a woman. That is sufficient to enchant numberless gods. 316. Eyes have the sun as their presiding gods, and eyes create a print, an image of the object seen on the mind. This is in the category of Adhyatma. 317. What takes place by the vision? We see colors such as blue, yellow, red, etc. That appearance of color is Adhibhuta, or material aspect. 318. If sun as the president god is present, there is the object as Adhibhuta before the eyes. There are eyes also present in the body. We cannot see if there is not power to see. 319. So long as the Adhyatma aspect is not active, the Adhibhuta and the sun rays, or Adhidaiva, cannot produce the result of seeing. 320. Similarly, though the eyesight, the power of looking, is there and the eyes are there, the object of seeing is also there. But if the sun is not there, that is, the light is not there, we cannot see. The blindness continues as it was. 321. Though we light a lamp, its light is not so good as the sunlight. 322. Even the moon cannot give so much light as the sun. As the sun displaces the night and lights the whole world, it is called Adidaiva. 323. Thus I have told you that if the sun, which is the Adidaiva aspect, is not there, the Adhibhuta and Adhyatma cannot see. 324. There may be the Adhyatma and Adidaiva present, but when by the grace of Guru our seeing the objective world is shut off, then only we can see Atman. We can realize what is absolute Brahman. 325. What we see as the world through our eyes makes us believe that we are our body. This is identification with the body. If that cognizance of outer world is negated, not at all existent, then we find that the body and the whole world are nothing but a big void. 326. Thus I have told you the trinity of Adhyatma, Adhidaiva and Adhibhuta in detail. 327. The three factors are various. There is the observer, the act of observation and the thing observed. There is the actor, the acting and the action. There is the thinker, the thinking and the object of thinking. 328. These are interrelated and therefore form a trinity. These are interdependent also. Now I shall tell you how they function in this way. 329. For example, there are many objects worth seeing and we have eyes to see them. But without the light of the sun we cannot see. This is the dependence. 330. When the sun is there but the eye is not there, we cannot see anything. Or if there is eye but there is no light of the sun, even then there is no sight. 331. Now the sun and the sight are there, but there is nothing to be seen. Then both become futile, because what is there for us to see? 332. The sun makes visible the shape and form, and entering by his rays in our vision, he shows us various objects. Therefore, the action of seeing anything is possible only through mutual cooperation. 333. Even then, the sun is aloof, far away in the sky. Similarly, the Chidatma or Atman in this moving state, which makes the whole universe visible, is always untouched. 334. It feels the whole world dwells in the heart of everyone, but the world may come into being or it may be dissolved. It remains as it is. 335. For example, there are various pots kept in the open and we see that the sky or space is in every pot. 336. But even if the pots are there or are not, there the sky is unaffected. Similarly, in the states of creation, existence and dissolution of the world, the Paramatman, the husband of Lakshmi, the god, as energy, remains aloof. 337. The Paramatman is the unknown origin of everything. It is the buddhi of unknown origin behind the obvious buddhi or intellect, and the siddhi without beginning of all the siddhis. 338. He gives the light to the light. He is the primordial sun of the visible sun, and also he is the factor which makes us know the trinity of the observer, the observation and the object. 339. He is the analysis of the discrimination. He is the happiness of the happiness. He is the enlightenment of the intellect and the giver of the light to the light. 340. Trying to know this Paramatman, Vedas, Smriti and Puranas become defeated and shy. By discussion based on reading of various scriptures, this Paramatman cannot be realized. 341. The trinities of the enjoyer, enjoying and the object of enjoying are all the products of Prakriti, and the three gunas are also the products of Prakriti. 342. Paramatman is only one beyond, primordial, unmanifest and unimaginable. It cannot be captured in anyone's consciousness by thought. 343. It is knowable in our heart only by its power and blessing. We have to recognize it by its help, by its grace. Only it is realized. 344. It shines by its own light. There is nothing other than which gives light to it. We have to see it by its light, and we have to merge into it by its own power. 345. Eknath says, as the Lord has explained the Adhyatma, Adhibhuta and Adhidaiva by taking the example of the eye, he is now explaining it in the case of other organs also.
Evam dvagadi shravanaadi chakshuhu जिह्वादिनासादि च चित्तयुक्तम् योऽसौ गुणक्षोभकृतो विकारः प्रधानमूलान् महतः प्रसूतः.
Meaning of the verse. Similarly, the disturbances in the function of touch, smell, hearing, seeing, the chitta, the tongue, etc., caused by the disturbance in gunas, are having their beginning in Mahat principle. 346. From Mahat principle downwards, all disturbances are created by Prakriti and by imbalance in the gunas. The disturbances become more articulate, and the Trinity, the three factors, are born. 347. Just as by the power of sight of the sun, of the light, power of light of the sun, the eyes are able to see, similarly the triputis or the three factors work in respect of other organs. Example, the ear, skin, tongue, and nose. 348. The five organs of action are depending on the sense organs. They are hands, feet, anus, sex organs, and speech. 349. The sense organs provoke them, and then only they can start their actions. Thus, two groups of 5 organs make up the 10 organs. 350. The mind, the intellect, the consciousness, and the ahankara, the sense of I, are together called the fourfold inner organ. They are wholly one unit only, but their functions are slightly different. 351. O Uddhava, ahankara is the sense of I, belonging to the physical body only. The intentions and the doubts are the parts of the nature which is called the mind. 352. Chitta or consciousness is made up of memories of past events, and the power by which the mind comes to a conclusion is called the intellect. 353. The disturbance of gunas becomes an object of experiencing by way of the means to do so, but experience is different from these. Please remember. 354. The skin is touched by some object. Vayu, the air, the divine factor, Adhidaiva, there, but Paramatman is different from it. It is of the nature of knowledge, and it has no vikaras or modifications. 355. A smell of an article can be sensed by the nose. The two Ashwini Kumaras are the Adhidaivata, but Atman is different from it, and it remains unaffected by vikaras. 356. Tongue has taste as its quality, and Varuna is the Adhidaivata there. But Atman is aloof from it, and it is full of Ananda and has no effect of vikaras on it. 357. Of the ears, the object is hearing, but Atman is different from it and unaffected by modifications, while Disha or directions are the Adhidaivata there. 358. I have already told you the details about the organ of seeing. Thus, this is the situation of sense organs, and those factors are produced therein by the Prakriti. 359. Chitta has the subject on which it meditates. Vasudeva is the deity there, which is Adidaiva. Still, Atman is different from this Chitta also. 360. Mind is a very subtle organ, and to intend is its object. Moon is the Adhidaiva there. Atman is still different from this also. 361. Ahankara, which is the inner organ of man, is very strong, and sense of I is the object, while Rudra is the Adhidaivata there. But Paramatman is aloof from this also. 362. Intellect is a very powerful organ. It is replete with knowledge. To know is its object. The Lord Brahma is the Adhidaivata there. Atman is still away from it, quite aloof from modifications. 363. I have told you about the root cause of 3 gunas, the fourfold work of consciousness, and the 3 factors in detail. 364. The organ of speech has subject of talk, and fire is the divine aspect or Adhidaiva. The goddess Saraswati resides in speech, but the Atman is very aloof from it as the deep silence. 365. The subject of the organ, which is hand, is to hold, and Indra is the Adhidaiva. The power of doing anything dwells in it, but Atman is a non-doer and is aloof. 366. The work of the organ of the feet is to walk. Upendra is the deity presiding over it. In the feet, the power to go from one place to another is active, but Atman, as eternally non-moving principle, is aloof from it. 367. The action of anus is to defecate, and Nirati is the god there. The power to reduce or discard dwells in that organ, but Atman, which never deteriorates, is aloof from it. 368. The sex organ has the subject of enjoyment. Prajapati is the Adhidaiva there, and the power of joy dwells in that organ. But Atman is the very highest joy and is also aloof from that organ. 369. The sense organs and the organs of actions cause action to take place, and this is the sign of the fourfold chitta. This is also hand in hand with the imbalance of three gunas and is therefore totally belonging to the field of Maya. 370. This is the root of disturbance of three gunas and it ends in the inert mass. But Atman is blotless and free from all vikaras and therefore it remains always different from Prakriti. 371. For example, a man protects and maintains a very large ancestral property and is proud about it, but he is different from that property. 372. Now similarly, pride, through the disturbance of the three gunas, creates a great jungle of various vikaras or modifications. But Atman, like the spring season, does not get attached to them. Eknath says this subject is being explained further by the Lord Sri Krishna.
I think we can pause over there for today.
Okay.
Wow, so nice. No, this is what
So beautiful.
clarity.
Yeah.
So, and in simple words, it's amazing. Please share your thoughts, Sajiji.
Yeah, so this dialogue between Uddhava and Sri Krishna today is like about this Maya, the body, ego, and a supreme self, actually Paramatman. So I like that very good, nice metaphor of the body being a fort, a fort, and that whole description of those Ovis was just beautiful.
Mm,
So
mm.
yeah, so Uddhava is explaining that Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha is consciousness and Prakriti is like Maya, and they are
286,
different. Yeah,
287 around there.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So they are
Okay.
different. So Prakriti creates illusion or Maya through this three gunas, the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, just like a mirage appears in a desert, and it appears real. Then
Mm.
this body is like a city, and in this body, what rules is the ahankara or the ego, and he compares like the senses through as gates of this fort, and
Mm.
the desire, anger, greed, all this delusion, he compares them to weapons, like weapons that are used to fight the enemies. So he also talks about the mind, how it mind actually can strengthen this illusion by its identification. So this mind, I think, can identify either with the body or with the self, and so accordingly, so a mind with which identifies with the body will feel that the world is very real, and he'll get like involved with the worldly experience. But the mind which identifies with the self is he will like experience that calm, he will experience this Brahman state. So the mind is like it can either get deluded, or it can be also, it can be a friend or an enemy, I think. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
So then these three, he talks about also Adhyatma, Adhibhuta, and Adhidaiva. So uh, there he explains how these three are can related to different sense organs, like the eye, the speech, the sound, there's the touch, all these things. So
Mm.
so Adhyatma is like the inner organ or the inner faculty, and Adhibhuta is like the object which you see, and Adhidaiva is the force which like the deity presiding over,
Mm.
like, yeah.
Mm.
So he talks about the example of seeing objects where the eye is compared to the Adhyatma, then
Mm.
the form and color is Adhibhuta, and the sun is the Adhidaiva. So all three must work together for us to see any object. And he also says that it's not just these three, that the Atman is much beyond these three, and the Atman is like is like not affected by all these things, like just like the pots which are in the which are placed and you can see the sun or the space or sky in them, but they are not affect the sun. They are not affect. The sun is like a distant, and it is not affected by all these reflection or anything. Then also there is this interesting triputi of action, doer, and the action of doing. So this triputi, he brings several examples of that also.
Mm.
Yeah. So the actually what the finally he the last few verses were also very beautiful, where like the last few verses I was just and like marking all those verses when I was reading that it is, yeah, the so he compares all these organs, like mind is the subtle organ, and each organ he talks about the deity, and
60.
and finally he says atman is different from that also, and
Yes.
mind is a subtle organ. Yeah, intention is to and to intend is its object, what is its main purpose, and then moon is the adideva, and atman is still different from it. So he talks gives various examples like intellect,
Mm.
its purpose is knowledge, and to
Mm.
know is its purpose, and the lord brahma is the adidevata, and atman is still. So what he's trying to say is that in all these examples is that that these sense organs, the body and everything is at a different level, and paramatman is at like a different level, and so we have to like go above these things to actually experience paramatman. I think that is what I have to share for today.
Beautifully summarized. Reading was also excellent. Summary is also super. Yes, and then we'll see tomorrow what he's going to add on to it. Any other thoughts? I get to see so you would see anything else.
Just had one doubt, madam. In OB 309, the troubles which are caused by heavenly entities are called Adi Devik and Adhyatmik and Adi Bhautik. My simple question is, why should troubles be given by heavenly bodies? Is what my question was.
Yeah, Indra troubled, the Gokula. That's why Govardhana happened. The Devas are will trouble. Like Swami Abhedanand says, all the Indriyas have those respective Devas, like duties. And if we don't take care of them, they will get angry. All gods get angry if we are not respected. They have to rise above it. Yes, they will. In that got angry. Even so many Swamijis got angry. Sorry, not Swamijis. Rishis got angry at their cadre. Hmm. Durvasa is getting angry every time. They are all exalted souls. So, yeah, we should be that doing something drastically wrong to get their wrath fallen on us. Hmm. Big Devata and all. We have to keep all our Indriyas clean and respectful because all Devatas reside over there. We have to be mindful of what we talk, what we hear, everything.
Yeah, because every action in everywhere there is one presiding deity. Either it will be Brahma, it will be Saraswati. So when you are speaking and you speak bad, means you are
Yes.
you're
We disrespect them. And like Shishupal had those 100 things to say, and then it will show. So like that, when our घड़ा भर जाएगा तब वो दिखाई देगा. So we have to find not easy. Every nook and corner is a devata. Now we don't say anything, but I've got scolding. I had this habit of sleeping on the cot. If the pillow is that side, then you make it on the other side and then raise the legs against the wall and laze around. I'll get scolding. Where is your leg on the wall? Bring it down. God is there. And the pillar you put there. On the pillow, if you also put the leg, the scolding will come. Why your leg is on the pillow? Anything, anything would be a scolding. So they were mindful of the devatas. around. We are not talking about it, but they are there. They are there. Mm.
How Prahlada says that God is here, God is there. You show a place where He's not there.
Yes. In Maharashtra, for Deepavali's Lakshmi Pujan, broom is kept. You buy a new broom and you put it in the Lakshmi Puja's table with Lakshmi. Broom is Lakshmi.
Even we are
And
not
then next day you use the broom to sweep. So what you are sweeping out is that dirt is to bring in Lakshmi. Otherwise, a wrong devata would come and sit over there. So that to keep it.
Yeah, even we used to get scoldings if we touch it with a leg, especially broom.
Yes.
We are not supposed
Yes.
to do it.
Not supposed to touch it. Correct. Yeah. So those are deities, but they will cause trouble. Trouble means what? It's like for our good only. To be mindful of things. Don't mindlessly. Mindlessly means it's living in too much of ego. I'm thinking only about me. But now when I'm aware of devatas, I'm aware of this animal, this person, this thing, that thing, everything, animate, inanimate. My thing is coming less. Me, mine is coming less. It's one way of reducing the ego. Don't live in one ahankara bubble and start my highway, not it won't go. It's the only thing. It's not like punishment. Are we behaving so very correctly? And if the way we are behaving, how many punishments we should have got by now? It's not like that. It is just guiding us that lower the ego and walk in that sense. Okay, good. So let's end the session and we meet tomorrow. Tomorrow I might be on the way somewhere, so I might log in and then leave it out. Sure. That's why tomorrow's Gita class I've postponed to Thursday. As I remember. And Gita class we are finishing chapter 8. Last only 3 or 4 verses I learned chapter 9. Somehow it is also happening in one corner amongst all the things that are not up. It's reaching 50% of the things. So, okay, over to you, Sajid.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु.
Thank you, Sajid, for lovely reading. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Let's meet tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Hari Om.
Ashaji.
Hare Om.